Hello, I am back for the second time. Um, if you've watched my first video, you know that my name is Robin and you can call me Bo. And I am here to share my story of awakening and to hopefully help you along your path. If you watch my introduction video, you know a little bit more about me. And if it interested you enough to watch another one, then, you may be saying to yourself, yeah, um, I think I have been, experiencing an awakening. I have been asking myself, the question if there's more to life than this. And, I don't want to feel miserable. I don't want to, be so focused on my problem. I do want to make myself my passion project. So, what comes next? What do you do next? You're sitting there, you know that you want to make a change, but you have no way of knowing where to start. So, um, the first thing that you need to understand is that you have not done anything wrong. There is no blame, there is no fault. You have not done anything wrong. It's not your fault. There's nothing wrong with you. Everything does happen for a reason. When you were born into this life, as a newborn baby, you weren't worried about the way that you looked. You weren't worried about if you were too fat or too skinny. You weren't worried about the clothes you were wearing. You didn't, have a fear that everyone was laughing at you or mocking you. These things are not, it's not what we're born with. We are born, bright eyed into this world without these beliefs that we accumulate through our life experiences. And um, after our birth is when we really start what is called the domestication of life. And uh, there's a book, The Fifth Agreement and the Four Agreements. I actually have it right here. And Don Miguel Ruiz and Don Jose Ruiz. I have the Fifth Agreement here. Talk a lot about this in the first chapter. The symbols of life, and when we're learning language, when we're learning the belief system of our parents, of our religion, of society, that's where we start to form these beliefs, and these beliefs become the fifth agreement or the four agreements. And I'll be putting links to all this stuff on my page, so it's not just an abstract thing where you can find this stuff and listen to it for free. But yeah, so we start going through life and we start accumulating all of these beliefs. We make these agreements with ourselves, and even if there are things that we may not consciously hold on to anymore, you may say, oh, I've broken free of this or I've broken free of that. Much of the agreements that we made in our early life or our childhood are still part of our subconscious mind. And uh, and it still is a part of the vibration that your story is telling at this moment. And most of it causes us pain. So if you're here and you're watching me, it's probably because you're experiencing some form of pain in your life, whether that's physical, emotional, mental pain, whether you're suffering from an illness or you're suffering from depression, or you just have regular everyday, challenges that you want to feel better. And without the pain of those experiences, it wouldn't cause you to seek out a way to break free of it and to elevate from that. So that's the first thing to know, that this is not your fault. There is no blame. You are here for a reason. and that your beliefs and the things that you were, domesticated with can be changed. The second thing that's key to understand is that we are all energy. We are energy, and we are sending out a signal at all times. So right now I'm talking to you, I am sending out a signal. Walking through the world, you're sending out a signal. You are like a radio station, and you have your own channel. And that channel is made up of all the good, all the bad, good, bad, all the everything, all of the conscious thoughts that you're having, all of the subconscious thoughts that you're having. And we'll talk a lot more about subconscious thoughts later, because for me, that's been a huge part of my recent awakening, is how much subconscious thoughts influence our reality and our vibration. And even things that we think that we've mastered or that we've moved on from can still be subconsciously playing on our energy field and the vibration that we're sending out. So you're you, and you're sending out this frequency, and whatever frequency you're sending out is being reflected back to you. And a lot of these things are experiences that we don't even know we're sending out. We don't even know that we're sending out these frequencies. So the second thing to understand is that we are all energy, and that we are all sending out a frequency. And so although you may not be able to change the problem that you have in this moment, you can change your frequency. Because the other thing I'm going to let you in on is that no problem can be solved from the frequency of the problem. So you're sending out this frequency, and you have a problem or a challenge that you would like to overcome in your life. You cannot do that from the frequency that you're in. Because if you're sending out, problem, 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 all you're going to get back is more of that problem. So if you're sending out a frequency that says, I'm angry, I'm angry, I'm angry at life, then you're going to get situations reflected back to you that's going to make you angry with life. If you're, beating the drum of I'm frustrated, life is so frustrating, you're going to get the frequency back that everything is frustrating. I'm depressed, everything's terrible, awful, then that's the frequency that's going to come back to you. I had no awareness of this, none whatsoever. I went through years and years of my life feeling depressed and low and wanting to break free of it, having no idea that by focusing on the depressed feelings I was having, or focusing on the painful feelings I was having, that I was just ensuring that more of it was going to come back to me. I mean, most of what I focused on for, a good 8-year stretch was how much pain I was in. I was in pain. And so I got more and more and more pain. So you cannot change your problem from the frequency of your problem. So what can you do about that? I mean, really, what can you do about that? You can't, just go and fix it like that. If you could, you would, right? Well, what you can do, and this is important, what you can do is change your focus. You can change your focus, and you can change what you're feeding your soul. So my challenge to you today is going to be to take stock. So take stock of what are you feeding your energy field? What are you watching on television? What are you seeing when you look at your newsfeed every day on your Facebook page? What is popping up on your YouTube feed? What are the things that you're feeding yourself? You're feeding your energy field, because what we focus on grows. So if you're going to bed every night with the telly on, and you are watching, depressing stories of heartbreak or murder mysteries or, horror shows, then that's what you're feeding your energy field. If the first thing that you do when you relax at night is turn on the evening news to watch horrible, terrible stories about how awful the world is, then that's what you're feeding your energy field. If you are, looking at your Facebook feed and every other story is, someone's angry or pissed off or, their life sucks and it's awful, then that's what you're feeding yourself. Those are the beliefs that you're creating. Those are the agreements that you're making with life. You're agreeing with life that that's what life is. And that is part of the energy or the vibration that you're sending out. So, what can you do about that? Obviously, you can change the station. You can watch something uplifting. If it makes you feel good here in your heart center, then you know you're on the right track. If it makes you well up with, gratitude or just happy to be you or, happy to be alive, then, that's a good thing to be feeding yourself. If you want to make some changes to your Facebook account, there's plenty of things you can search that are like, happy quotes and funny, whatevers. And you can add some of that into your mix. And what music are you listening to? I mean, music is a huge part of my therapy, a huge part of my life. I have a personal playlist of positive vibes that I'm going to be creating here on this YouTube. But I, for about 2 years now, have been building a list of songs that make me feel good. That's one of the quickest ways to raise your vibration is to, play music, which is energy, that makes you feel positive and happy about your life. So, just those little changes, just those few little changes to where you're shifting your focus from the negative or the what we call lower, vibrational. A lot of us call lower vibrational. You can call it what you want. I'm not an expert. Like I said in my other video, I'm not an expert. I'm not a guru. I'm not enlightened. I'm just me. And these are the things that have worked along my path and my journey. And this is the way I understand the information that was given to me. So take what, take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. If only half of this resonates with you, then, I'm glad something did. But yeah, that's my challenge to you right now in this moment is what are you feeding your soul? Change your focus, and what you focus on grows. Your energy, your vibration, your radio station will then start playing some happier tunes. And I love to hear, over the next couple days, if you were able to make any of those changes and if it made you feel better, because how you feel is where it all starts. You remember, you cannot change the problem from the vibration of the problem. So change what you're focusing on. Start feeding yourself some positive energy and vibrations, and things around you may begin to change. So I'd love to hear if you've been able to make a few. These are just minor things. The things I'll be talking about are minor, but they'll make a major difference in your life. They're little small things that are doable, because I know out of anybody that when you start looking into helping yourself or changing yourself, it becomes overwhelming and there's 59,000 things that you can do, or and you just don't know where to start. So I'm going to do one thing at a time, one day at a time, and step by step by step, we'll start to make some major changes in our lives and live the best year ever. So, love, light, and blessings to every one of you. Sorry, I'm holding my notes. Love, light, and blessings to all of you. And I didn't say this in my first video because I was so, but if you could please, I'm a newborn baby on the YouTube scene. So if you can please like, comment, and share, I would be eternally grateful. And, especially if this message resonated with you or helped you in any way, if you could just let me know, I would love the positive feedback. So thank you so much. I can't wait till the next video, and I can't wait to hear if, changing, just tweaking a few little things helped you feel a little bit better in your life as they have in mine. Thanks so much.